Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. On today's video, we'll be learning how to cut and sew a cooking or kitchen apron. For this video, I'm using two materials, black and pink. You can use one, mostly is one color, but I'm using two because I want my apron to have two different colors. First, you fold your fabric into two. Make sure the width is 13 or 14. Then I'm trying to get the length of my material to be sure is up to the length I need. The length I am using for this material is 31. Your apron should not be more than 31, if not it will be too long. But if you want it shorter, you can reduce the length from 31. So first I'll draw my shoulder line, then from that shoulder line I'm going to mark the full length of the apron. Like I said, I'm using 31, but I'm going to add some inches down because I will fold in the tip, the edge of the apron. I'll fold in the edge, so I'm using 32.5. So you're just going to draw a line across that mark, then you cut it out. So from our shoulder line, we're going to measure 6 inches, but I'm using 7, that is additional 1 inch seam allowance. Till I get out. So from that point to mark 7 on the shoulder line, we are going to measure 10 inch. We're supposed to measure 10 inch, but I'm using 8 because I don't want the armhole side down to the waist to be too wide. 10 is the actual measurement, but I'm using 8. So after doing that, we're just going to draw a line across that point. So on that point where the two lines meet, you go up by 2 inch. We're measuring this 2 inch just to get the curve. So when you're done with that, you're just going to cut it out. So at the edge, I went up by 1 inch. This is because I want the apron to be curvy at the edge. But if you don't want it to be curvy, you want it straight, you don't need to go up by 1 inch. So after doing that, the next thing, I'm going to measure all the edges. This is because I want to pipe it in with a different material. So I'm measuring so that I can get the exact length, and that's the exact length I will cut on the material I'll be using to pipe in the edges. So this is the material I'll be using to pipe in the edges. So for this material, you can cut the width to be any size, 1 inch, 1.5. That is how wide you want it to be. But the length has to be the exact length you measured for all those edges. I don't want to use a bias, so that's why I'm using this. So for this, I am using 2 inch to pipe up the edges. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to cut the stripe for the neck. That is the rope for the neck and the rope for the side of the apron. So that's why I'm using this pink. I want those rope to be a different color, that's why I'm using pink. So for those ropes, your measurements should be 23. The length of each of those ropes should be 23. So I'm going to cut out 3 pieces. There's 2 for the side, then 1 for the neck. You can see they're exactly 23, and you can see there are 3 pieces of rope. So next, what we're going to do, I'm going to use those black material I cut to pipe up the edges. So you can see I'm done piping up the edges. My black material was not enough, so I added the pink to the edges. So that's why you're seeing 2 colors. So if you don't have an extra material, you can just use your bias to do that. So when you're done piping all the edges, next we're going to do, we're going to fix the pocket. For the pocket, I'm using 10 inch on both sides. That is, I measured 10 inch in length, 10 inch wide. So to fix the pocket, you're going to measure 16 inch from the beginning. Then from the middle of the apron, you measure 2 inch. I ironed mine, so it was easier for me to measure 2 inch from there. So you can iron yours so that it can be clear. So I fixed the pocket and also folded my rope. Okay, I folded my rope. So what we're going to pick one rope, then we're going to sew the edges, the 2 edges of that rope on the 2 sides of the neck. Then the second rope, we'll put it at the left side. The third rope, put it at the right side of the apron. So you can see I'm done with that. That's how to get apron. So this is my final result. So like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.